On August the 5th, 2023, our oldest daughter, Catherine, ran an 18-mile section of the Pacific Crest Trail in Washington State. She is training for her very first marathon in September. Because there is no cell phone service where the trail is, she carries a Garmin InReach GPS tracker, which allows her to send us messages that include GPS coordinates. She did so, send us occasional messages along the way, and she also took photos. When she returned home, she uploaded the photos to our family group chat. I realized that I could probably coordinate at least some of the messages and photos in a memory book for her. I used Hetty Kyle's crown binding, also known as blizzard binding technique, which is explained in her book, The Art of the Fold. There are also lots of YouTube video tutorials available. The crown binding method gives you a spine only into which you insert your page signatures. The covers are up to you. I chose to make hard covers which are attached to the first and last signature pages. I haven't given this book to Catherine yet. We will do so in September when we visit her for her first marathon. So here is the walkthrough. The cover, as I said, is a hardcover, front and back. And I titled the book, So I Run, Run Like the Wind, using literary license for Christopher Cross's song, Ride Like the Wind. Opening it up, here is the end page that I created from boot print clip art that I found on the internet, composed it in an attractive manner and printed off as the end pages. The very first page of the book shows the Pacific Crest Trail logo along with the date and the time frame that she ran. When you insert your page signatures into the crown binding, and the crown binding creates these folds that you put your signatures into, I chose to put the page signatures with the loose end towards the spine. Because the pages are folded, they have an opening top and bottom. I chose to close off the bottom of this page to create a pocket in the top, and into each pocket I put a tag so that Catherine could put additional photos if she wanted, or journaling about the run that she did. So the next page was a description of the Pacific Crest Trail. I asked her to give me a map of the section that she ran, which is here, and she gave me 2 different photos. So I put these here, and this journaling here is one of the messages that she happened to send to us along the way. These boot prints are a rubber stamp that I have, worked out perfectly. So now we have the pictures that she took along the way. Here is a picture of her being dropped off at the beginning of the trail by her husband, Drew, and begins the messages that she was sending to us. Here is a milepost for Yakima Pass, and here is proof that she was on the Pacific Crest Trail, scenery along the way. The landscape up in Washington State in the mountains is just spectacular, and along with the pictures I have her journaling. She'll recognize what she wrote. Not all pages got journaling. Look how the fog is in the valley there. And she turned off the Pacific Crest Trail at this point on an auxiliary trail and she was glad to find that there really was a trail. She didn't need to go cross country. And look at this expression on her face, slightly horrified. She says, "This is as steep a trail as is possible for a human to get down without equipment. Oof, I survived." Just more scenery, and the last picture of the trail, it was getting to be sunset. Only 3.5 miles left to go at this point. And finally, she made it to the end. Hooray. And she says, despite precautions, she did get 2 small blisters. And that's the last picture that she posted for us. So I had 1 page left over, so I have a die cut of these different signposts that I added a post-it note that if she wanted, she could put the names of other runs that she has done, and she could put other pictures or journaling on this last page. And then here is the last end page, just like the first one. I do have a word of caution if you do the crown binding, is about the paper you use for the spine. I used standard scrapbooking decorator paper. It was printed on one side and white on the reverse. The reverse side is what you'll see on the spine, and the printed side is what you see on the inside of the book that holds your signatures. As I was flipping through the pages back and forth to decorate them, the paper was starting to tear along the upper fold. I assume this is because the paper I used isn't particularly strong. To rectify this problem, I put a band-aid of invisible tape over the fold. Using sturdier paper should eliminate this problem. Using the invisible tape across here, hopefully it's not that noticeable. It obviously was a band-aid approach. I didn't realize that the paper was going to split so badly. So that is just a word of caution.